Guys, wow. So where my homies at? Where are my homies? Where my homies at? Good evening to everybody. It is 6 p.m. in Vienna. Hope you guys are doing good. Just came let me invite people to join us. So I've not seen many of my homies for some time now. So I came out to see how you guys are doing. How you guys are doing. Where my homies at? Where my homies at? Man, as you join me, you like and share, invite friends, let's spend the evening together. Well, tonight or today, we are going to discuss marriage and relationship. So guys, as you join me, share. Like and share. Show some love. Man, any minute from now, we are hitting 22,000 followers on TikTok. Donette, I see you. How are you doing? Donette. Where are you watching me from? Seeing you for the first time here. Donette, I'm seeing you for the first time here. Where are you watching from? I like knowing where my guys are watching from. So tell me where you are located. Are you in Europe or in USA? I'm okay. Guyana, very far. Guyana is close to, where is it? Which continent is Guyana in? I say Guyana, even to pronounce it safe. Which continent is it in? Oceanic, I think that's the name, Oceanic, near Australia. That should be the continent it is in. Man, the weather in Vienna, is Guyana a Caribbean country or Oceanic? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I need to be frank. It's not a popular country. Is it a Caribbean? This may be. I have a friend back then. Her name is Donna. Donna, are you Donna? Donna, my friend back then. I have a friend in Vienna. Her name is Donna, but she's from. She's not from Guyana. No. I have a friend in Vienna. She's from. I forgot her country itself. One of these Caribbean countries. It's not St. Lucia. Donna is not from St. Lucia. Something Grenada. Grenada, now I remember. I have a friend. She is from Grenada. She lived here for some time and later relocated to United Kingdom. The last time I saw her, she has a son, a very handsome son now. So, yeah, I remember she's from Grenada. She said the country is a small one, a small country. So guys, today we are gonna... Donna, good to see you. I'm seeing you for the... Don't forget to follow my page. My name is RODDY. This is how we roll here. So let me adjust this in so that people will not be seeing my kitchen. I don't want them to know how my pot looks like. So, well guys, tonight we are going to, today we are going to discuss relationship. Man, I've not gone live for 2 days now. I don't know why. I have no interest to, make videos. I don't, sometimes you lose interest of making video, but I just hope the interest comes back. Sometimes you see you get tired, you know, because of the things around you. I've been running here and there, trying to, settle one or two. You know what I mean? So guys, this story is something you are going to learn from, but I want more people to join us before I start dropping my lines. I want more people. And also, I got a lot of followers the last few days. I want to say welcome to this great page. You are going to enjoy the page. I'm a good storyteller. I said that's my, my stake. That's my strength. I'm a good storyteller. And you're going to enjoy a lot of stories. That is mainly true life stories. And it is summertime, and the weather is too hot. And for some days now, for 2 days, I've not gone live, I've been trying to settle one or two, trying to do one or two, but now I'm back. Okay, I'm back. So now, guys, I want to tell you two stories, and I may add more if people join us. But if people don't join us, I'm not going to add more. So this story is something you can learn from. It is all about marriage, marriage and relationship. So, a lot of you that are watching me are in love. You are into relationships. Some are married, some are still searching, some are heartbroken. Some are heartbroken, some are still nursing their wounds, So that's why I'm here to. Somebody said I need to travel to. Andy said I need to travel to Ibiza, Spain, to cool off. Where is the money now? This is the thing I'm talking about. Where is the money? I'm looking for money to travel. Where is the money? You don't know how tight things are. But I'm not begging nobody for money. I'm a man of my own. But then, I don't want to travel to Spain. If I want to travel, I want to go to Africa. I've not gone to Africa for 5 years now. Since 2019, I've not gone to Africa. For a long time now, I've not gone to Africa. So I want to touch home. That's my... Traveling from Austria to Spain, the same Europe, it does not make any sense. So I don't want to do it. Traveling from Austria, I live in Austria, I go to another European country. What am I going there to do? You get it? It does not make any sense. So I want to feel Africa, go there, go to the villages, buy African food, see people that hustle and bustle of African environments. This is what I want to feel. All this, our native food is cheap in Africa, or cheaper in Africa. So, and while coming, I'm going to come with a lot. Now I'm going to come with a lot. Things are very expensive. I went outside this afternoon. I went outside with 40 euros. I just pocketed, I pocketed 40 euros, So let me go buy one or two. Guess what? 30-something euros just went out of my hand. I spent 30-something euros under some minutes. Hillary, I'm streaming from Vienna. Andy said, Austria does not, we have a river, but we don't have beach. We have Donauise. If you have been in Austria before, yes, we have Donauise. That's where we used to go. When I was younger, that's where we happened now. By this time, we'll be there chasing girls. Like 30 years ago. So when I was still very handsome, good looking. By this time, I will be there chasing where? Austria is a very good country, very fine. Beautiful country. Yes, Vienna was rated 5 times the most livable city in the world. The most, has the best quality of life. If you come here, the quality, that's why some people wonder, why are you here? Well, this is my country, and also the quality of life here is great. I'm not telling you. Only recently, like 1 month ago, there was power failure. Since I've been living in this country, 1 month ago, there was power failure. And 2 days ago, also, there was power failure. Man, that was the first and second time I witnessed power failure in Vienna. And that made me afraid, because I thought about people that could be in the lift, in the elevator. What if people were in the elevator, inside the lift, and they took lights? How are the people? Like some people that are, hypertensive, that are suffering from high blood pressure, inside the lift, in darkness. You know what I mean? So, you mean what is expensive? Everywhere it depends on where you want to live. Like here now, house rent is expensive. I must be, depending on the district you want to live. Like you cannot go to Stadt Centrum, like you go to the city center to live. Some people pay. I met a woman, she pays, like she said she was paying, as at that time when I was driving taxi, 14,000 euros. Guess what? In a month. 14,000 euros a month. Can you believe it? She said her apartment then was 400 quadrat meter, that is 400 square meters. It was right behind Book Theater. If you know Vienna, Book Theater, behind it. I saw it. I asked the woman, "What, are you a politician? What are you doing to be paying 14,000 euros a month?" She did not answer me. She didn't tell me her profession. People have money. Some people are struggling to pay 500 euros. Some are homeless. You say somebody told you that he's paying how much? 350. Depending on the kind, maybe the person is living outside. Is he living in Vienna? What kind of, maybe the toilet is outside. Maybe the person is living in very small room. To get a room, maybe the person is living in Caritas house. Yes, when I came here back then, where we lived, when we began life, the apartment we lived had the toilet outside, and the kitchen was outside. That's, everybody cooks in the same kitchen. That's called Studentenheim. Copenhagen. That's what it's called. Copen House or Copenhagen. That is not an apartment. That is a small cabinet where the person is living. It's not a home. So 350 if the person is a student, that's student time. Yes, something like that. And like this place I'm living, every month you drop 1,000 euros. 1,100 euros, only the rent. Are you getting it now? Calculate it in your country's money. I'm not telling you this thing. Every month, von gemeinsam, yes. It's von gemeinsam, that's it, 350. And maybe they are sharing an apartment. Maybe they are 3 in an apartment and they are all sharing it. You know, every month, everybody will bring her own, part of the money. So that's it. Like here, every people don't stay long here. Every 6 months, 1 year, people pack out because they pack in and they pack out. They just can't afford to pay the 1,000 euros every month because it's a private home. So when you pay your rent, 1,000 euros, and you pay electricity, you pay the other bills, you buy food, how much are you earning to go on vacation? You got it now. You see, it's not easy. When I tell people, Life is not easy. Some people may think, this man is misleading. You think I'm not misleading you? Iron Man, good to see you, Iron Man. So that's it. It has not been, it's a war. It has not been easy, man. And you know, we are aging gracefully now. If you look at my beards, you look at, sometimes I look at my face. I came here as a very young man. See me now. Look at me now. My face now. I mean, well, it's good to grow old. I love the way I look. But then, so guys, this evening we are going to discuss marriage and relationship. And I came out because I want us to hit 22,000 followers. I'm now at 21,900 followers, 900 and something followers on TikTok. So what you can do for me is like and share, invite more people. So when they see my video, they follow me. That's it. Those that are saying I should go on vacation, Sugarcoat, I see you. Those that are saying I should go on vacation, this is what you can do for me. Like my program, share, that's your own way of contributing. I want to go global. You got it. So now I want to tell you guys a story. You know, I did not go live yesterday. 2 days ago, I did not go live because I was busy. But I want to tell you a story that you will learn from. Well, I had a girlfriend back then in the 90s. Not intimate one. You see me? Maybe this is the old age they are talking about. Intimate, not an intimate, relationship. Back then I had a lot of girlfriends, but just, casual girlfriends. Women like hanging around me, men like hanging around me back then. Then I'm still somebody, Mobile, good to see you. I'm still a joy to be with. That is somebody you will be glad to spend time with. That's my kind of person. There is no dull moment with me. That's my kind of person. So I had a lot of girlfriends. When, don't think, how do I put it now? When I say I had girlfriends, don't think I was just sleeping around with women. Don't have a corrupt mind, thinking, this man is just jumping from one woman to the other. I had many girlfriends. Andy said, age is from 75. From 75. Yeah, so let me answer you. When I was younger, in my village, a 75 years old man, they still consider him a young man. Back then, a 75 years old man, they still consider him a young man. Now I am in my 50s. People say this old man should go back to Africa. Somebody asks, how do you find a wife? This is what I'm here now to discuss. Now, make una take it easy. Trump is somewhere. Trump. They said they fired Trump. Trump nearly lost one of his ears. I saw the video where Trump dodged the bullets. Well, I saw the video. I don't know if that was made up or not. If that was, I don't know. But then, that's their business. I'm not a politician. So, somebody asked, how do you find a wife? This is why we are here this evening. How, So, guys, I'm back. I took 2 days break. I was having some kind of stress and things like that. But I'm back now. Trump is almost 80 years old. Like, Tinubu is older than, Nigerian president is older than Trump now. Did you see Joe Biden? Joe Biden is making a lot of mistakes. Joe Biden, he wanted to introduce the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, and he said Putin. Did you guys see the video? This is the disadvantage of putting old men in power. The Joe Biden cannot even, he has lost memory. He cannot remember things. Patrick Martins, good to see you. Just saw your comments now. You see it? So why install, Africans like to copy because Americans have old presidents. So especially Nigerians, they want to, man, story go plenty this night. Now we don't even, we know the look face. We just say it the way it is. It's going to be hot this night. Now me they talk am. Why should we have old men that are supposed to be, I mean, great-grandfathers, what are they doing in positions of power? Especially in Africa. Well, we are going to go, we shall come to that. I'm here to discuss marriage. Guys, you are welcome. So many people are watching now. Let me share this story with you. As always. Shishi, tonight, I just came out to discuss marriage. I just want to share one or two stories with you, and then that's it. And I'm not a racist, but I'm going to tell you guys what I witnessed. This has nothing to do with race. I see you. Obi Kevin, I see you. This has, don't see me as, I cannot pronounce that name. So good day, everybody. Good day. Listen to this story now. Smiley, I see you. I see everybody. Let me drop this gist so that you can learn from it. Let me drop this gist. So, when I need to spread my leg because I'm charging my telephone so that I can sit normal and tell this gist now. As somebody said that, what's the name? Azumta. Thank you for that compliment. I appreciate you. So let me tell you guys this story that you can learn from. Smiley, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm not sleeping enough. You say you have Indomie or egg for us. I beg, let me tell this story now. I don't want to be reading comments. I don't Smile. I don't want to, if you have egg and Indomie, life is okay for you. Now you see Indomie, you are frying egg and Indomie at home. Obodoibo is good for you, everything good. Fried egg and Indomie. No, nothing spoiled. So guys, let me tell this story, because if I keep hailing you guys, we are not going to tell this story, before it gets dark. It's still it's 20 minutes after 6. So life is good with fried egg and Indomie. Now, so I had this girlfriend. So I wouldn't like to mention her country because I know I don't like calling out countries. I don't like calling out tribes. I rarely do that. I don't like doing it. So, as a young boy that came to abroad, then I embraced everybody. I never knew that there were... Musungu, Patrick, let's not go there. Musungu, one can say it, but I'm not going to call the countries now. Because, so many people from different countries are on this page. I don't want anybody to feel insulted, So I respect people, that's it. I respect countries and I respect tribes, okay? But there are situations you just need to, say it. So, this lady, as I came to Europe then, I embraced everybody. I thought, these kind of women are like, our kind of West African people. West Africans are hustlers. Patrick Martins say, okay, because Patrick Martins, I don't want some people to feel hot. I don't want some people to feel hot. When I call the name, You know, I don't want some people to feel bad that like I'm talking bad of their country women or men, you know. See, it's not right. Okay. God's last born, I see you. Maybe God's last born might be from that country. So I don't want. So I met this woman, but they are not from West Africa. You know, when you see them, you know, when you see the impression I had about black, I thought black people are black people, Africans are Africans, though we look different. But then, you know, you see beautiful looking African women. Then you see them married to white men. I have nothing, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against any kind of interracial marriage. No, I don't have anything against it. But these women are not working. You see, you know, we are driven, we are ambitious people. West Africans are ambitious people. You know, we like to accomplish a lot. You get what I mean now? West Africans, very much. Even Europeans are scared of West African people. European men don't go near West African women. They don't like them. European men, white men don't go close to West African women. You know why? They believe they are too wise, too exposed. So they prefer to go after East African women and then South African women, things like that. But they don't go to West African women. So you know how we do things back then in Africa. Like, you have the ambition of building duplex, driving big cars, achieving so many things in life. Both men and women, even African women are like, most people from my region are like that, some women. You see some West African women come to Europe here on their own, some women. There are so many women that came to Europe by road. Many you are seeing in Europe here did not go to any embassy. Somebody say, how can West Africa? I'm telling you, I'm not telling you that others are doomed. I'm not telling you that dull. But I'm telling you what I witnessed in this Europe. Get my points now. I live here. And I've seen, when it comes to this place, West African women, I'm not telling you that other, what's it called? Countries. I mean, how do I put it now? I'm not telling you that East Africans or South Africans are not. You find wise people there, but West African people generally are very ambitious people. Hillary, you followed me now, thank you. Now, Can and Sugar, I see you. So let me continue with my gist. So as a young boy, then I was in my early 20s, came to Europe, you know, I embraced everybody. I saw some women that were not West African then. Silver Shadow, I see you big time, I see you. So I saw some women that were not of West African stock, you know. Austria is a nice country. That's what I'm telling. In Austria, you will have a good quality of life. That's all I can tell you. The quality of life in Austria is top notch. So back then, you know, so I had these women that, but they were not of West African stock. Man, these women, a lot, they had no ambition. I've got to say it the way it is. What I will not do is to call the country. They had no ambition. All what they did, in fact, as a black woman, if you meet these women, you will be ashamed to associate with them. These women had no ambition. They had not, they were only drinking and eating food and servicing their musungu. See, I was shocked to see African women came to Europe here and they only eat, drink, and then partied. No ambition, a lot of them, no ambition of any kind. Listen. So as a young, ambitious man, I began to motivate them. Like, man, you are married with European. What are you getting out of this marriage? Nothing. Now let me tell you, there was one. Somebody, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong because you are not there. Many of them, listen, many South, I don't want to call them. I'm sorry, don't make me to call any country's name. So, these women, they came here, they married white men just to drink and eat food. To be honest. Now let me tell you the story of one. One of the one that I said, does it mean? You know, there are some... Hi guys, are you okay? Now, you see a lot of people have gone out. We need to wait for them to join again. Guys, invite, what's going on? Are you hearing me? This internet, what do I do? I'm not gonna... We need to bring in more people again. Man, do you know what's happened? Patrick, I placed my Wi-Fi box on the window and the sun was shining on it. The thing, if you see the thing, very hot. So I brought it back and I placed it on the table here. You know, this my place, this my home is facing the sun, the streets. So the whole sun is shining directly inside my place here. So let me see if more people are joining. People are coming back again. So let me continue with my gist. Where are my homies at? So now let me continue with this gist. I don't want to kill your time. It was my fault, you know, but I've rectified it. I've corrected it. So there was one particular woman back then. Each morning, listen to me, every day the husband will go buy a crate, like, you know, a crate, 24 dozen cans of alcohol. The husband will buy cartons. At links, I see you, I see everybody. The husband will go buy a carton of alcohol. That's carton, you know, that's can beer, 24. Stock it in the fridge. Buy wine, stock in the fridge. Each morning, this woman wake up. Each morning she woke up then. First thing in the morning is to drink wine and beer. She drinks wine, she drank wine, she's late now, she'll drink beer. At a time, this woman became a drunkard. That is chronic alcoholic. You know what I mean by a drunkard? Guess what? Share this broadcast so that you can learn from this story. So, there was a time, you know, I spent time with many of these women. If you spend years with them, you cannot learn wisdom from them. All what they spent their life doing was just to drink alcohol, eat food, and sleep with men. You get it? All what I'm telling you, life story. These women had no ambition of God's last born. Listen, let me tell you, because a lot of people, I'm coming. So, Their husbands, the Musungu husbands, we are making sure these women had abundant alcohol in the fridge, enough alcohol in the fridge. See, every day there was a day in the morning, as early as 6 o'clock, they begin their day by drinking alcohol. First thing before they go out. Ask anybody. Not all of them. So, and after drinking, you see them talk nonsense. They don't make sense. There is something people fail to understand about excessive intake of alcohol. See, alcohol damages your brain ability to assess things, to think properly. Alcohol, you see, alcohol will make your brain cannot function properly. At a time you begin to, you will not make sense anymore. That is why you see some people, when they get drunk, they do certain things that they are not supposed to do. And when they are woke, you see them regret their life for the actions. They said they will tell you it was influenced by alcohol. So all the time, all the ladies I knew back then, all the ladies, you cannot talk anything with them. Like go to work, ambition of owning, hat shops. None of them had driver's license. None. Things like that wasn't like in their plan. Like being a big lady, things like that were not in their plan. So let me continue. This woman, the husband made sure, I'm not telling you lie. Not buying houses. They don't like buying houses. They don't like it. You see some of these Musungus, some of these people, they go carry women they can use, they can control. All these men you see that travel to Caribbean, travel to Africa, some part of Africa to go pick docile women. They go pick women that they believe docile, submissive women. Submissive African women. Something they cannot do with their own people. But let me continue. So, as at that time, we were working in the same shop. Like, not working, there was a shop we usually gather. Every day, from morning till evening, these women would be drinking alcohol, shouting. I found out something, which was the man that was buying alcohol for the wife wasn't even drinking alcohol. Listen, the man that was buying alcohol, the Musungu man that was buying alcohol for the woman, doesn't even taste a glass. You see, I tell you, love is not blind. Somebody that loves you cannot be supplying you alcohol to damage your liver, damage your kidney, damage your brain, your body organs. Somebody that has love for you will fight tooth and nail to make sure you stop drinking alcohol, that you live long, that you become useful. So what happened was, this man, to be honest, one particular man, I don't need to call his name. This man, every day, he will go, the man made sure back then that the wife that gave him children had enough to drink. Not orange juice, not anything, but alcohol. I once called the lady, the woman then, I said, Do you think this your husband loves you? This man does not love you. She said she does not like black men. She does not like black men. Black men does not know how to treat African women. Black men. Say, you know how they call black man? They say black men. I said, a black man is strict. A black man will guide you. A black man, not all, but a typical African man will guide you. There is no African man that will want to have the woman that will turn the wife make the wife a drunkard. There is no African man that will do it. This woman, all her life, this woman, all her life, she did not accomplish anything apart from bearing children. The last time I asked after her, guess what? The woman has died. She had died. She's late. About 14 years ago, she died because even before she died, she was already going for therapy for alcohol. And where is the husband? The man is still living. The husband is still alive. And the woman is wasted 15 years ago or 14 years ago. Do you call that love? And this is what is happening to a lot of women. You believe that the man you have at home is showing you love. They take you on holidays, on vacation, and you believe it is love. It is not love. You believe because he's supplying you alcohol, you believe that the man, Anthony, long time. Is it the Anthony that lives in Germany? It's been a long time. Anthony, longest time I've not seen you for a long time. So, now, this is what happens to a lot of women. You see, they talk down on their African men because they believe our African men don't sponsor vacations. They don't spoil you. Our African women will tell you, white men, they cook at home. They pass food for them on the bed. They take them to Marriott Hotel to go and eat Frühstück, to go and eat breakfast. Who does that? The only African man that will do it is a millionaire or a politician. Somebody that pays 1,200 euros rent cannot be taking the wife for breakfast. Take her to a hotel for breakfast. Nobody cannot do it. I'll get back to this woman's story. So, I happened to meet one beautiful lady. By the time I met her, she had already gotten a son. She said the husband was rich and they owned the house they were living in. So each time, we hung out together. Okay, Anthony, good to know. We hung out together. So I advised the lady, I said, man, why don't you get yourself a job? She said she does not want to work because the husband was rich. So if your husband, he said the husband then gave her enough money. Nelma, see you, that the husband gave her enough money, so she does not want to work. I said, even if your husband is giving you enough money, go make your own money. Don't you have, Shinazo, I see you. Shinazo, yes, I was busy. Don't you have people in Africa that you help? The way some people reason, man, is tiring, will upset you. I said, don't you have people in Africa that you can help? She said, no. The way these people are reasoning, she said her husband is rich, she married a rich man, blah, blah, blah. When the woman came here in 1991, the husband traveled to their country on vacation, met her, they fell in love. You know, they had interaction. By the time she knew it, she became pregnant. No, yes, African woman. I see you. So this woman became pregnant. The husband quickly ran to her country, married her, and brought her here. She gave birth here. As she gave birth, by the time I met this woman, she never worked for one day because she was using the husband's paper. Because the husband then is a citizen. She was using the husband's documents, you know, loan settled, salary to renew her visa. She got unbefristed. Back then, we call it unbefristed. That is life visa. That was what they gave them. Most people that are old schools in Vienna knows they gave them unbefristed, permanent residence. So these women annoyed me so much because they were not ambitious. They weren't even making African women proud. These are women, when they get drunk, they fall down on the streets. When they get drunk, they fall down on the streets. When you go with them to a cafe, when you go to a cafe with them, that is to go drink, when they get drunk, they start fighting. They disgrace you. You get it? When they get drunk, in a public where people are respecting you, they start to fight among themselves, begin to speak their language, and they will disgrace you. You can imagine some women then, when they are pressed, they will piss on the road. I'm telling you. You said, man, very beautiful ladies, so, but if you see behaviors, after drinking, if there is no toilet nearby, they will piss on the road. I will take off. Then I say, which kind of embarrassment is this? You see me take, I will leave them move. I'm telling you, live event, what happened? So, no, it's not like yo. It has happened more than 8-10 times. I'll just take off. You see them, that is, my man don't see, I've seen something. You see, in life, it's not everybody you need to go close to. You mean the Muzungu they abused? Wait, I'm starting the story. I'm beginning with the story. One day like this, we went outside. It was around 11 p.m. in the night. We are just going home. You know, we just disembarked got down from the train. Then that was around 1995. It was not many people on the street, but there were people on the street. The lady said there was no toilet around. She wanted to pee. Before you know it, she went by the side of the road. Started doing her thing. Man, I've never seen something like that before. I said, what kind of people are these? Where did these guys come from? To be honest, I said, so I saw the whole thing strange. I said, how can African women come here and they don't want to make... Bosco, good to see you. How can African women come here and they are not representing us? They are bringing shame to us. God's last born, I see you. Some African women that came here back then, they were bringing shame to us. See, even they made some European men begin to see African women as sheep women until West African women began to show. I'm telling you, before, these were women that will meet a Musungu in the club. They will meet a white man in the club, a Musungu, And there in the club, they will begin to kiss the man that they never knew, they never met before. You'll be surprised. There in the club, you will see them begin to, even they never met before. And when they get drunk, you see them exchanging kisses inside the club. I said, my God. And these people, they see Musungus as next to God. I'm telling you, they see Musungus as next to God. So, this is continued. Like, I will tell you guys why I hung out with them. So one time, because we were friends, we called each other. All of us, we called each other. A lot of us, then was first net, home telephone. Then there wasn't anything like handy back then. A mobile phone wasn't available then. Everybody had first net, that is home telephone. That is, if you call, if you don't get the person, you drop your message and things like that. So, one day I told one of the ladies, I said, I want to go home. I want to go with you. I want to go home with you. She said, okay. So she invited me to her home, where she stayed with the husband. Many of their husbands, they know me. And they knows that I am a very sharp African man. So, one day, she invited me to their home. I went. That day, the man was off. Yes, now I've married many years ago now. I'm an old school now. So, see, I never had anything to do with these women. I'm not that kind of a man. No. I never had anything to do with them. We were friends. You see? I just tell you the truth. It's not, don't assume that any friendship a man has with a woman, he ends up in bed. It's not something like that. People are friends for reasons. There are people that understand themselves. Things like that. People become friends. Okay. So now this lady invited me to her home. Where she was living with her son and the husband. That afternoon, I went there. So the man was in the sitting room. I am a very sharp African man. I began to question the man. The man could not even answer me. He was uncomfortable with my questions. Let me tell you, I asked the man, I said, this is your wife? He said, yes. I said, you went to her home country to marry her? He said, yes. As at that time, that man had married the woman for about 10 years. And the woman had no citizenship, no documents. So before this time, I asked the woman, I said, why don't you go and apply for the citizenship? She had no idea. You see, you need to marry a man that will push you, or a woman that will push you. A man or a woman that will help you fulfill your dreams or aspirations in life. That is why you get into marriage. When you want to marry, look for a man. If you are a woman, you look for a man who will be strong where you are weak. Every day this thing will come now. So, 1 second, guys. So, whenever you are looking for a life partner, look somebody that will compliment you, somebody that will inspire you, somebody that will push you reach your goals in life. So, Before this time, I was disturbing this woman. I said, listen, you've been here for 10 years, married to an Austrian man for 10 years, yet you have no Austrian passport. What is wrong? You have no criminal record, nothing. Why don't you go to Rat's house and apply for the citizenship? She was just talking rubbish. She said she doesn't need it. She's proud of her country's passport. So on this day, I went to her. I saw the man in her home. I said, Mr. Man, why don't you take your wife to Rat House where she can apply for citizenship? That will help her very well. Make her, have a very solid background here in this country. Did you know what? The man said she does not need it. I said, how? The lady said she needed it. The man said she doesn't need it. I said, this is not good. You are a husband to this woman. And she said before you now that she wants to have Austrian citizenship. And you are saying she does not need it. I began to talk to them. I pressurized the man. I said, listen, you are not good to her. In his house. I said, then after, I did not say this before him. When I left, I told the woman, I said, this man is using you. You know, some people like to have an advantage over you in marriage. In case of divorce, so you will not have that, you will be at disadvantage. Because if both of them are Austrians, when they go for divorce, the judge will be judged as Austrians. You understand me? But when one is a foreigner and one is a citizen, you know, it will be somehow. And so I discovered that they don't want some of these our African sisters to be fulfilled. Like, they prefer you sit at home. Yes, they want you to sit at home. Because when you go to work, you can challenge them. When you go to work, you can, even in case of divorce, you can have custody of the children. God's last born, exactly, they don't want them to thrive in life. So, you know how it goes. If the man is working and the woman is working, in case of divorce, you see that the woman is likely to get custody of the children. But when you don't have a job, the man will get custody of the children. And that was what happened. They later divorced. Are you listening to me? You don't know. Let me tell you guys stories. These people know what they are doing. And this is why this video I'm making should be an eye-opener to everybody that is watching. It has nothing to do with interracial marriages. It has to do with every kind of marriage you are in. So guess what happened? That lady was always saying back then that the mother-in-law does not like her, and the father-in-law does not like her. They don't like that their son married a black woman. You got it? They don't want it. So now listen. This woman was drinking, and the men were buying her drinks. So each time I met them, I would try to be a father. Say, look, you are an African woman. Why are you messing your life like this? So eventually, it got to that divorce. The man one day said he does not want to marry her anymore because she was disgracing him because the woman was drinking too much alcohol. So the man said he does not want to marry anymore. It got to divorce. This lady had no money to take a lawyer. She had no kobo. Then they divorced 2001. Every day she would come to my shop to ask for money to go buy food. I was giving her money to go buy food. Throughout the duration of the divorce, that divorce procedure, every afternoon she would come to my shop, take money, go to Chinese restaurants and buy food for herself. Guess what? Listen. I said, but I told you. I said you were in marriage for many years, you achieved nothing. You did not remember home, where you come from. You did not remember your country. You did not buy no land, no house, no apartment, nothing. You were only drinking alcohol, saying you love your husband, he loves you. Now you are divorcing. Then, it was the man that paid for the divorce, the legal fee, which was so much, about 40,000 shilling, or I think 2001 then. It was shilling, yeah, shilling time. Either 40 or 50,000 shilling then, because it took time. It lasted for about 4 months or so, the divorce. The woman mellowed down, she became quiet. Because when the man, I told you, the man woke up one morning and said he does not want to marry her anymore. Just like that. Said the marriage is over. The following day when I opened my shop, she came. She said, the husband said he does not want to marry. They started the divorce, process. See how things, that lady was the luckiest woman I've ever seen in life. So, each time they went to court, she would come to my shop and tell me, she would brief me what, transpired in the court. So what happened? Eventually, as they divorced, courts now ordered the husband to pay her 500,000 shilling as at 1991, just before we started using euros. Court, that is 500,000 shilling. 500,000 shilling then was 36, then as at 1991, 36,000 euros. Yes, that was 36,000 euros as at 1991. Check the value. And 2001. Check the value of 36,000 euros as at 2001. What happened? She came. After, she showed me this, where they paid. I saw it in her spar book, in her thing, 500,000 shilling. I said, lady, with this money you are on the road, you are made for life. I'm talking as at 2001, 36,000 euros. I said, with this money, you are on the road for life. I said, I can guide you. I said, listen, as you got this, they did not stop drinking alcohol. They did not stop drinking alcohol. Even as the husband divorced her, that's how they were carrying rubber, rain boots up and down. The bag was, every time she was carrying protection everywhere. I said, you don't need these things. He said, no black black men. You know, no black men will take her. So she kept going for Musungu. Listen, I said, now that you've got this 500,000 shilling, you lost nothing. Now, why did the court order the man to pay her 500,000 shilling? Because she was a housewife. She was the person that did the house chores. She babysat their son, cooked and everything. They said that was work too. So they awarded her 500,000 shillings. They said the man, whether she worked or not, the man had to pay her 500,000 shillings, 36,000 euros. I saw the money. I saw the money. She came to the shop, showed me the passbook. I said, listen, baby, go now. Are your people still alive? She said her people are still alive. I said, go buy tickets. Don't touch this money. Go buy tickets. Go back to your country. Go buy a house or a land or an apartment. This money, that money she had then was enough for her to make a good investment that will support her for the rest of her life. I pleaded with her. I said, these years you spent with this man now, the universe has rewarded you handsomely. Just don't even argue me. I don't know I've never been to your country. Buy tickets, go to your country. Hence, you still have your people there. Go invest this money and live the rest of your life. I mean, in luxury. The woman said, no, she does not want to go, the blah, blah, blah. As she showed me that money, that was the same way she showed other men that money. So, the men she showed the money wasn't African men. She still showed European men the money. They entered her. Because she spent most times in my shop. Every day. Different men were coming. They will call her then. As at 2001, then everybody had telephone, mobile phone. Men, European men were chasing her up and down. I tried to protect this woman. I said, please. She said I should help her to get an apartment. First, she was disturbing me. She said I should help her to rent an apartment. I said, if I help you to get an apartment, how are you going to, where would you get money to pay the rent? You have no job. And you want to, liquidate this money you got from your husband. She said she was looking for a private place where she can be spending time with men. I said, listen, this money will finish in your hands. Go to your country and go and invest this money. This man did not give her breathing space. Every day she was coming to my shop, she said I should help her to get an apartment. Eventually, I decided to help her. I called real estate agents. I said, but, no. See, the whole European men, they collected the money from her. What are you talking? They collected the money from her. They collected the money from her. Oh, you don't understand. Tammo, I see you. They collect. Let me tell you the story now. In fact, some people, this is, if you see, some people can never ever be useful to themselves in life. I'm telling you. Some people can never be useful to themselves in life. So she kept disturbing me. She was coming. She kept coming to my shop. You need to help me to get this thing. I'm not. She said that I wasn't her father. I'm like playing the role of her father. That I was like controlling her, trying to control her to do everything. Miss Mendes, good to see you, my sister. She said I was like domineering. I was like trying to subdue and control her like a father. Blah blah blah. That was her sayings. So eventually, I called a real estate agent. They got her an apartment. For how much? 600. It was a private, private Vonong. Private apartment is very expensive. Not Gemeinde. Gemeinde, like council house. They cannot give you council house, government, this cheap, this thing. Because if you don't have any job, they cannot give you the apartment. You've got to prove how you want to pay that job, that rent, that for that house. So I called real estate agents. What happened? She took that house for 600 euros, excluding electricity bill. That was in 10th district. I warned her. I said, how are you going to pay this rent? You have no job. This 36,000 euros you got from your ex-husband will finish. You use it on parents and buy food. She did not listen. What? 2 times after the day's job, after I closed my shop, I went to her house. I saw men. Men, even the men are not even better men. When you look at the men, I saw the men, I said, even when they greeted me, I frowned my face. The way I looked at them, they were scared. I said, what? These are destroyers. They wanted to destroy that woman and they destroyed the woman. So, I did not even, I spent some minutes there, I just left them. They were drinking their wine. She made fufu for me that day. I ate fufu and I left her with the man. When I saw the man she was hanging out with. So, guess what? 5 months down the line, she had to pack out from that place. Because the money was going down. These men penetrated her. They told her they were spending the money. Not quite 1.5 years or 2 years. It didn't get up to 1.5 years. That money finished. So, because I was popular, the only guy that had shop then in Vienna then, people came to my shop. They told me, nah, they used to see that my friend said she has turned to a Bahnhof Kollege. You know what is Bahnhof Kollege? Street urchin. She began to hang out with street urchin. Yes, she began to hang out with, to be honest, all those men that were carrying alcohol, dirty, frustrated street urchins. She began to hang out in the name of Musungu. When people said, man, has that lady, that friend of yours, has she gone crazy? I said, I've never seen her ever since then. I stopped her from coming to my shop. Because when I discovered that this woman does not want to learn, She does not want to learn. She does not want to help herself. I walked her out from my shop and ordered her. I told her, come on. I said, never you come to my shop again. You are a useless woman. Yes, I called her a useless woman. I said, go, you go. Men, they will use you to drink garri. So, after some time, she was homeless, hanging out with street urchins. The next thing I heard that she has relocated. She met one of those street urchins, took her to his village outside Vienna. They said they were living in one village outside Vienna. Many years I did not see her. The stories, we were hearing stories. All these women from that side, all of them, that she is now living, she was then living in one village with those kind of men. I did not see her again. After many years, one day I saw her at Philadelphia Brooker in 12th District. I was shocked to see her in company of one woman, a caretaker. I said, I called her. I said, then her hands were shaking. She said she was coming from a therapy. That lady, this caretaker, all these people that takes people to therapy, like, you know what I mean? She was in her company. They need to, beglite her, take her to, escort her to therapy and bring her. She was already shaking. I said, where are you coming from? She said she is coming from therapy. Life, that's useless life. I said, see your life. See your life. An African woman, they are carrying you to therapy. You are going therapy for alcohol. People that are supposed to be queen mothers for Vienna, that is the mama Vienna. Look at your life. They are taking you to rehabilitation, alcohol, therapy. So, I did not see her again. That was after 11 years. I saw her the first time. After 11 years, she was going for rehabilitation. I think that's the correct word for it. Rehabilitation for alcohol. She cannot move on her own anymore. I said, wow. Many of those women now, many of them have died. There was one, very beautiful. As at that time, if you see these women, this particular one, from another country, a happening lady, good-hearted. Happening lady, good-hearted. But I don't understand how come these women were not able to organize their lives. Many of them did not pick the passport when it was easy. You know the time I'm talking. If you marry a citizen, you just go there and give your passport photograph. They give you citizenship. Did you hear me? Back in the days, the early 80s, if you marry a citizen here, you don't need to, they will write you if you are interested in having Austrian passports. If you say yes, you go there, you submit your passport photograph, you collect your Staatsbürgerschaft Nachweis. You become an automatic citizen. These women did not make use of those chances. Many of them, they kept drinking alcohol, living useless life till the law changed. Things became tough. Many of them now are dead now and buried. some in villages. Many of them are dead now and are buried in villages. Even what common sense is, when you marry a man or a woman and you discover that this man is not pushing you, some people ended up marrying their enemies in the name of marriage. If you marry anybody that is not pushing you to better, do this, do this, make sure you collect this, make sure you do this, don't waste this money. Love is not even kind. Love is hard, brutal. You must do it for your own benefits. Love shouldn't be about freedom. Every time that is, do whatever you want. Now, you cannot, because there are human beings that cannot control themselves. So you are there to control them. And some don't want that strict control. They don't want you to control them. They don't want you to tell them what to do. Where are many of these? Even the ones, the other day I made a video. The ones that are supposed to be owners of Vienna, many of them now cannot even afford to pay rent. They are living in the villages. People that had, let me tell you guys a story. There was one lady. The husband was working in oil company in Africa, making so much money. Too much money. She was in control of the money the husband was making. The salary of the husband was coming to Europe. She was in possession of the man's money. The man never cared what she did with the money. She just wanted the family to have enough. When I'm talking about money, I'm not talking about, when somebody, an European, traveled to Africa, to Libya, to work as an expatriate back then. When Anna shake the money, the salary was coming to Europe here, to the wife's conto account. For years, all the years the man worked. Guess what? This lady useless the money. She did not use that money to buy this, invest to buy this. Not here, not in her home country. Nothing! At the end of the day, man, the story is too long. This story is too long. I don't want to go in details. At the end of the day, the husband divorced her. And when the husband divorced her, the husband made sure she did not get 1 cent from him. The husband brought how much he was earning, where the salary was going, where men collected all this money from her. Did you hear me? Men collected the whole money. So, when they divorced, the story, I cannot go in. The husband said that she got nothing. She did not get €1. Many people you see, most men, some men and women you see here in Europe can no longer go back to their home countries anymore. Not that they don't want to go back to their home countries, but because they have nothing in their home countries, they messed up. If you see the great opportunity, the person I'm telling you now is supposed to have like smallest 10 houses in her home country. and 3 apartments in Vienna. Did you hear me? The person I'm telling you, see, when things are working for you, make use of that opportunity because nothing remains permanent. To be honest, when things are working, that time, you see that favor is on you. You are touching money. They say everything in life is subject to change. Things don't remain the same. So, did you know that all the money was wasted? When with 3,500 euros, you can buy house with swimming pool in some African countries. I don't need to, back then, I don't need to call the name. With, say, 4,000 euros or dollars, you can buy house with swimming pool, bungalow with swimming pool. Even that time, she could buy like 10 of it. Come here in Europe, the money was coming. Did not make use of it. Today, man, things are happening. Some people, some people can never be rich, can never, get it right again in life. Some people can never get it right again in life. EKJR, good to see you, long time. Some people, that opportunity was wasted. In the case of this one, the day she was divorcing, the day they went for divorce, she did not get 1 cent from the man. When the man died, the man did not leave 1 cent for her. The man did not leave 1 cent. The man made sure he did not leave 1 cent. So, the moral of this story is, if you have opportunities in life, make use of it because it may not come your way again. Some say you cannot be young forever. You cannot be young forever. You got it? You cannot be young forever. And anything can happen. Like that man or that woman you think is the only sugar in your tea can divorce you. Yes, the man, especially. You believe that the man, one day, the man or the woman may wake up and say, man, I've had enough. I don't want anymore. Carry your cross. Go your way. I don't want to stay with you anymore. Man, I'm telling you, when I had shop, some African women, you see here messed up. When I had shop, I knew some women, they don't travel with public transport. They married Europeans that were doing well. Many of them married Europeans that were doing well. They don't go, each movement they made, each movement then was taxi. Taxi. Anywhere they go, they order for taxi. Any movement to club, to come to your house, when they finish drinking or eating, any movement they made, they lived like rock stars. Celebrity lifestyle. Now, many of these people that are living this type of life, to be honest, Back home, they have mud houses. Back home, some don't even have bed where they can sleep. You go to their house, there is no chair where one can sit. I don't need to go deep. See, if you see many of these women today, you will cry for them. Paul by Waters, good to see you. Paul by Waters, good to see you. Many of these women today, if you see them, they have been abandoned because they are now aged. They have been, nobody looks at them anymore. Nobody looks at them anymore. Men, I don't want to tell you guys some stories. Some sponsored men, some sponsored both white men, black men. You know what I mean? They were. Did you know that there were some African women that were doing prostitution to sponsor men? Did you hear me? Doing prostitution, they do prostitution to be paying rent, buying food for men. I like hitting it. And some of these women, when you go back home, nothing. The worst, some did it for Europeans. You go do prostitution you will sell your body to be sponsoring men. We need to examine your head, and you call it love. We've got to examine your head to know if you are a human being or not. If you did it even for yourself, okay, one can understand it. But to go into prostitution to be sponsoring men, Oyibo, which we witnessed, I saw it here. Even if it is an African man. So at the end of the day, many men, I'm talking about the 90s, early 2000, early 2000. See, if you see these women, one day I went to First District. I've seen a number of these women. Man, if you see them, you cannot even shake their hands. Women that were glowing back in the days. Their story, back in the days, they were like celebrities. Today, they cannot even buy themselves what is a can of beer. They have been abandoned by everybody. Use your head. This is why I always say, even you that is watching me that is an African man, African woman, you need to use your head before they use them for you. I always speak about rainy days. When the die is cast, when push comes to shove, or how do they say it? When everybody else abandons you, what do you have left? Or you want to live your life as an animal? When everybody else abandons you, do you think you are going to remain young forever? You will get old. Nobody is going to be permanent. Nobody is going to live forever. And that money is not going to come your way every day. whether you are a man or a woman watching me, this money you are getting now is not going to be like that forever. One day it will come, it will stop. Either you lose your job or that source of income may stop. Maybe a woman may be your source of income, or a man may be your source of income. A job could be your source of income, or even social media or whatever. Wherever you are getting, that's your money. However you are getting it, I know so many of the old schools in Vienna now, they don't live in Vienna. They are living outskirts of Vienna because they cannot even people that are supposed to own the city say these are the landladies, these are the land, especially the women we met them. These are the landladies in Vienna. Man, when they were selling apartments here, for how much? 200,000 shilling. How much is it in euro then? Yeah, 13,500 then was $1,000. 26,000 shilling. 26, 52, 4,000. Then that apartment could be like let's say 14,000 euros to 15,000 euros then. And it was affordable. Smart people would have bought as many as possible. People with foresight. But they useless the money. Today, if you see them, they cannot buy them. Even if you see them, they cannot buy themselves ordinary orange juice. So one day I went to Estebetik. I saw one. Anna Humphrey, good to see you. I saw one. I went to First District. To be honest, I could not even call the lady's name. I couldn't call her to say, baby, now you be this. Is this you? I could not even say greet her. I was like shocked. So this is the woman. This woman took a man on vacation for 4 months. She sponsored everything. Steph, I see you. She sponsored everything. Also, Mure, I see you. She sponsored everything. Where are the men today? Where are the men today? They are gone. Man, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to discourage you from, spending money on the love of your life, like your husband or your boyfriend you have a very deep relationship with. You got it. I'm not discouraging you. Before you go that length, know the kind of person, know the kind of man or woman you are sacrificing such for. You got it. Bosco said I should discourage you, everybody. Bosco, how do you mean? How do you mean? How do you mean? You mean I should discourage? You see, don't allow yourself to be used. That's just what I'm saying. Do not allow yourself to be used by any man or any woman. Don't allow yourself. At the end, you have yourself. People stick to you when there is something to benefit from you. But immediately there is no longer things to benefit from you, they abandon you. And that time, the opportunity may no longer be there. The opportunity, people celebrate people that have it. If you don't have it, nobody will celebrate you. People don't celebrate. This is human nature. They don't celebrate failure. Jeddah, yeah, but then you've got to, if they are deceiving you to make you think they are loyal to you, you should use your head. You should use your brain. This is why we are here, to guide you. I was used many years ago. I made my mistakes. I learned from my mistake. People don't shake on you. Nobody shakes on me these days because I don't work anymore. You see me, I'm at home. People don't shake on me anymore. Nobody shakes on me. But when things were happening, when I was making money, people were shaking on me every day. Life is like that. Learn from these things. People go to where they believe they can get something, they can benefit. All this music, all these celebrities you see, that people are shouting, celebrating, it is not love. They are looking for contacts. They are looking for money. They are looking for somehow to come up through them. None of these guys you see that people are, when they have marriage, when they have wedding ceremony, when they people are going there for. Salim, I see you. So people are just there to get whatever they can from you. No matter how they come, you need to learn to stand your ground. Don't allow yourself to be used. You got it. That's the moral of this story. At the end, you may be left alone. There are people, when I see them on the streets, man, I don't want to end up like them. I don't want to end up like them. You'll be scared. Well, one thing I will encourage you is, I want to tell you guys a short story. And you learn from this short story. I know an old school here. He has been over 40-something years. He has been living here for over 40-something years. So this old school, back then, you know, we stayed together, we hung out together, you know, ate together, gisted together. I advised him back then, I said, listen, don't just forget Africa. He said, Europeans are next to God. Forget Africa. Africa is poor. Poor people fool Africa. There is nothing. The guy was just giving an excuse. Say, no lights, there is nothing. He said, man, you just need to be enjoying Europe. He said, Europe is the thing. The life is in Europe. Guess what? He was enjoying life and eating money. Well, after some time, we disagreed, and the guy continued to live his life. I don't want to go deep into details. Fast forward 2 years ago, he made a deal, and the deal backfired. That landed him in prison. He made a deal and the deal backfired. As he went to clear the money, police surrounded him. From there, prison. He spent 15 months in prison. You know, this was somebody that liked to post every now and then. You will feel his social media presence, you know. He was always posting, watching my videos and things like that. At the time I stopped seeing his post, I wondered where he went, you know, things like that. I asked some guys and nobody knew his whereabouts. One day I got a message, bam. I said, oh, this dude. I said, dude, where have you been? Where are you now? He said he's in Africa. Since when? He said a few days ago. I said, what happened? I've been looking out for you. He said, boy, I went to prison. I said, what happened? He told me. He went to prison. It's something I wouldn't tell you guys here. This guy came out at the age of 67 years. At the age of, it's about 67 years now. Now, so I said, boy, I have no time to, we just tell these stories to learn. I have no time to, you know, chat. I want to call you. I put call. I said, boy, what thing happened? He told me. He said, but then, he said he remembered my advice about 25 years ago. He said it was my advice that helped him. He said then, when I was talking to him, it will enter in one ear and move away from the other ear. He saw the whole thing I was telling him, he thought it was nonsense. He said, but later, before that time, he traveled to Africa and was homeless. Nobody respected him. He had nothing. He was just roaming about. And all his mates have achieved. He said he went to Africa, nothing. People bullied him. They mocked him. They laughed at him. See how many years you spent in abroad. You came back empty-handed. The guy returned back. So he returned back with anger. Entered fast lane. Entered fast lane. So, at the end, we just spoke. The guy said, if not for my advice, at this age, he don't know, he will not know the way forward. I said, so you later realized that I gave you good advice. He said, if not for my advice, he would not have where, after spending these years, 15 months in prison, he wouldn't have any place to fall back to in Africa. You see, don't overlook back home. Don't do things because others are doing. Don't say, man, don't cancel Africa. Don't cancel your country. Don't cancel your village. You may need it. As I was talking to the guy said, nah, that he was sitting in his parlor enjoying life. He said he does not intend to come back to Europe again. He has retired finally. He was just being thankful that had it been he did not do anything, where would he go? You see, anything can happen. Nothing is guaranteed. One or two things may happen and you find yourself in Africa. Did you prepare Africa? Did you prepare any place in case of emergency? There is what is called emergency situation. Emergency situation. Did you prepare any place for emergency situation? They call it rainy days. Let me go further. Man, if you are seeing me for the first time, don't forget to follow my page. My name is RODDY. We are about hitting 22,000 on TikTok. Also, go check out my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube. Go to Uncle RODDY on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. You can as well look up my YouTube. Go to my bio on TikTok. You see my YouTube channel. Press it and it will direct you to my YouTube page. Subscribe now. Skippo, I see you. Skippo, I see you big time. Listen. Yesterday morning, sometimes you see me, I've got nothing doing. I just, stroll the streets of TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I saw somebody post a picture of an ex-national player, ex-Nigerian national player. They said the guy died in South Africa. Somebody that played the World Cup died in South Africa. So the guy that posted it in said he once raised money for this ex-footballer, somebody that played the World Cup. So at a time, things, he said, when the guy, before he died, he was homeless in South Africa. Before the guy died, he was homeless in South Africa with his family. They advised him to return back to Nigeria. Skipper, you say if you finally find a woman in Europe, you buy me a ticket to come. I will show now. I will show big time. If you, my sister, where have you? You forgot your own bro. My sister, you are not doing me well, though. You are not doing me well, my sister star. You just, it's not like that, so. Skipper, marry woman, I pray you marry woman. You don't need to buy me a ticket. Where are you at? I will come by train. If you are in Europe, I will come. Yes, just remind me. If there's something I will show. I'll come to Italy now. I will come to Italy itself. I will show there big time. No sweat. If it is in Italy, I will come. It is if I'm we just pray for life and good health. I will show. So, yes, I will show. That's if you are a co-follower of this page. Marry woman, invite me, you see me, show. So now listen. And so you are still searching. My sister Star, good to see you. Good to see you. So now, this guy was living in South Africa. Listen to this gist. An ex-national team player. So he later relocated to South Africa. According to the news. After some time, the guy became broke, no money. He was homeless. At the time, they raised money for him. And then advised him to go back to Nigeria. Listen attentively. He was advised. They said the guy, they played 1999 World Cup, I think under 21 or 20-something World Cup. Listen. They advised this guy, since you have no money and nothing is working for you in South Africa, return back home. The guy refused. Now, how can you be homeless in South Africa and you have a home in Nigeria and you refuse to go home? So you prefer to be homeless in a foreign land, but you have a home in your homeland and you don't want to go home. Now, the thing is, this is my own thinking. or you may say thoughts. It could be that this guy had nothing back home. He had, I'm not, it could be that he had nothing back in Africa. That was why he stopped there. He decided not to risk going back to his home country. You see, there are some things, investments you make, and it will save your life. Even if they are telling you Ghana is corrupt, Ghana is not good, Nigeria is not good, Cameroon is not good, keep something there. This life, nothing is guaranteed. If you have money to keep some, even if they are laughing you, even if people are laughing you, that thing is not bringing money. You just wasted money. You built house, nobody is living there. It's true, but leave it there. You may need it. If you have the money, there is what they call money put in prison. This is how I put it. Invest that money and forget it. It may save your life. Sometimes you see a woman become an enemy. You see a man, your husband can be an enemy. Your wife can turn to an enemy. Friends that can turn to an enemy. Family members can turn to an enemy. But you cannot be an enemy to yourself. When every other thing fails you, you cannot fail yourself. You get it? So, what happens? When every other person fail you, you fall back on what you were able to make in your prime time. You fall back on what you are. Don't allow anybody, because the devil is fighting you to make sure at the end you go down. That's the goal of the devil, enemies. They want you to go down, to be empty-handed. Man, instead I will be homeless in abroad. I carry my load, go back to Africa where I will have a home. I cannot take because of the name of, say, in the name of abroad, and I'll be homeless here. And let me go further now. When you discover that for years, things are not working for you in a country. You are in South Africa for years, no job, maybe no paper. Nothing is working, you are not making money. What are you still doing there? You are wasting your life in a place that is not favorable to you. You may go home and doors of blessings will open unto you. See, there is something. In America, people are homeless. In Germany, people are homeless. In Austria, there is no country you don't find. In UK. There are people that are living in Africa, they are billionaires, they can never be homeless in life. And you look down on them. Do what works for you. You cannot live another person's life. Say because people made it in Europe does not mean that you can make it. Destinies are not the same. You get it? Destinies, some people went to South Africa and they made it. Some people have been in South Africa for 30 years, no documents, nothing. They are stranded. Not only in South Africa, in Europe here. Some people are stranded in Europe. Some people you are seeing clothes. Some people are completely stranded. You got it? And some people are misusing opportunities that are coming their way. You see, every day you hear abroad, they are living in abroad. Some people are living miserable lives in this abroad. They have no peace. So many people you see in this abroad are living miserable lives. They are just struggling to exist. Their life is full of stress. Many are running from immigration, from police. Some are attaching. They have no homes of their own. Some have no documents of their own. For many years, it has been one problem after the other. Some are running from one European country to the other. At the end, you see some men get to 50 years, 50-something years, no wife, no child, in the name of abroad. Yes, 50 years, 40-something years, they are still telling stories. Nah, they're abroad. Man, if you look, age is kicking against you. I mean, time is against you. Nah, make move. Remember, see, to be honest, if I don't have a wife and children here, and I have nothing doing here, I make a move. I go where I will be productive. Even if not, I go where I will be having wife and children, even if I'm driving keke. Instead of wasting my years in the name of living in abroad. Some people are living in abroad, they don't have 1,000 euro cash. Some don't have 500 euro cash, but they are living in abroad. But people that are living in Africa, if you want 50,000 euro cash, businessmen, 100,000 euro cash, they will provide it for you. There are so many people that are living in abroad, they have not built any house. But people that did not travel, they have built duplexes. And they have, different cars. They have different cars. You got it now. So, I don't know who this message is for. Use your tongue, count your teeth. You know your situation. And the worst is, if you die in abroad, where you have no father, you have no mother, you have no wife, you have no children, they throw away you. Yes, you can marry any woman now. I'm not telling you you can marry any woman. You are not restricted to only black women. You can marry anyone, even a Filipino, but raise a family. Don't remain stagnant. See, some people, Ikejar said I'm really talking to. Ikejar, if you've been following this page, to be honest, you need to be proactive in thinking. There are people, I came here alone, and there was a time I had sorghum. That is, you know what? I was troubled in my mind. Where you have no father, you have no mother, you have no wife, you have no child. If anything happens to you, you don't enter story. If you die, nobody is there to talk even anything on how you are. They will just carry the person, go throw away. You got it? So many people died here, they were even, before you say Jack, they don't bury them in Central Friedhof, in cemetery. And if they bury the person in public cemetery, after 1 year or 6 months, they go excavate, they go remove the corpse, the bone, but throw away it. So you will not have any resting place. Or they may increment the person, they will burn the person, increment the person. There are some people that died inside their Wohnung, inside their apartments, nobody knew. By the time it was when they began to smell, when they started smelling, that was when the nobles alerted the police. They can't carry them, go through away. No wife, no child, many here. What a life, wasted life. See, as you live, make sure you bear fruit, you are productive. This has nothing to do with money. Every year, you cannot keep wasting years. Sometimes, this year I'm going to get married. I'll make sure I have children. I'll make sure I buy a land and build a 2-bedroom. Make sure there is something you accomplish every year. This was how I did. Say, you can be saying you are looking for a wife and you get to 50 years. You are wasting years until, if you see my guys, all of them are bearded, grown men, 2 meters tall. They be talking. Hey, daddy, yeah. I said, nah, just like yesterday. You will not know the years you are wasting till you have a child. When you have a 5-year-old child, before 5 years, you see a grown boy that is calling you Papa, Mama. You say, so this is what I've been. Some people are wasting their years in the name of say, what are you looking for? See, if anything happens to you, nobody is gonna. You will not be remembered with anything. No child, no wife, nobody will answer your name. You become nothing. Some people may come and say, is it burning? How can you come into this life and you are wasting, only eating food and going to toilets? Yes. How can you come to this life? Your own is just, this is no life now. All what you do, you put meat in the oven because you are in abroad, you are living in abroad. You put chicken. So I know some people, it's chicken and beer that is keeping them in Europe here. They believe they can, chicken is cheap in Europe. Some people are not going anywhere because of beer, wine, and chicken. They prefer that their wine and chicken. They are frying, putting inside oven. This is what is keeping them here. You forgot that man shall not live by bread alone. There comes a time. And so you need that. There comes a time when you need to, that is forsake. You forsake these things and use your time and your life and do something. Some people that are watching me here now, women camp them. Women and men camp them. You see some young men, they say they are in love. Women camp them for many years. Forward, they are not going. Backward, they are not going. You never know that there are some, they do set somebody for somebody. They set people spiritually on your path. Did you get what I mean? There is what is called spiritual setup. They will bring somebody in your life that will kill your time. You need to be spiritual enough to know. Say this is a spiritual setup. You kill like that person. If you are a woman, that man will kill like 5-10 years of your life. After he will tell you stories and move forward. Some men, women just hold them for work. They call themselves sweetie, honey. Years will be, passing them by. You are in love. Your years are going. Before you know it, you will turn 50, 40. You there, they do my honey. Till your eye go clear. Your mates are having grandchildren. You are still doing honey. You are calling Shati. What did you cook? My daddy, you are doing Obodo Igbo love. Your eye go clear. See, the thing is, you see this life. You need to be atakate ilo. You know what is atakate ilo? That is. See, if they push you, anywhere where they push you, if you reach downtown, if you reach Africa, you no go start from beginning. You will not start from beginning. You will not be calling for emergency help. No. Or don't put yourself in a situation where you cannot find an exit. I've said it before. Some people are in a situation where they cannot find an escape route. They cannot exit. Many people are in such situation. In any situation you find yourself where you cannot find exits, man, you need to consider it. I don't talk my own. You should know whether you are wasting your time or not. At this age, some people that are watching me are supposed to have 2, 3 children of their own. But you are doing bachelor or spinster. And years are passing you by. Your eye go clear. Your eye will clear. See, here in Europe, I've seen some men and women. Shame don't allow them now to open their mouths. They are failures. They were not able to pass any subject. They don't pass anyone. Wife you no marry. You have no wife. You have no husband. House you did not build. Children you did not born. Documents you don't have. Which one do you have? You know you did not pass any subjects. This one. We may call it that's spiritual problem. Guys, that's boy, where? See, look, at least something must be going for you. Something must be going for you. Catch a woman that is ready to bear children for you. Catch a man that is ready to settle down for you. You cannot be a woman that a man will be using as a pastime. You are not that kind. The man cannot be using you as a pastime. To be using you to be passing time. Use your sense as a woman. Why should the man be using you as something to pass time? He has to marry you as a wife. Or he should allow you be. Yes. See, how you make your bed is how you're gonna lie on it. When you make yourself, see how the price you tag your goods, your commodity is what people are gonna buy it. The price you tag your goods in your shop is what people are gonna buy it. If you make yourself cheap, they will price you as a cheap lady. And handle you as a cheap lady. Mobile, I see you. You got it. So, the choice is yours. It's your life. I can talk from now till tomorrow, but the choice is yours. And one thing is, see, action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. Some people like procrastinating everything. I will do it this year. Okay, next year. And years are passing you by. When you set your mind on a thing, do it. That's what life is all about. Life is an adventure. You got it? Life is an adventure. And no venture, no success. Yes, sir. Sometimes just try it. If you fail, you start all over again. But the worst is not even giving it a try. Yes. Not even giving it a try. Well, guys, I've delivered my message as always. I've delivered my message as always. You already know my name. For those who don't know who I am, my name is RODDY. You can go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube page. That is my backup page. So, and if you just joined us, if you just, Ahmed, I'm just rounding up. If you just joined us, Iron Man, you receive and well. So, if you just joined us, you go to my YouTube channel and rewatch this broadcast. It may help you. No be lie. It may help you. This message may help you. So, that's it. Go to you see my TikTok page. Go to the bio there. You will see my YouTube. Press it. It will direct you to my YouTube page. And subscribe. And you can rewatch this broadcast there. I don't talk finish. So guys, I want to give my people. Steph, thank you for the likes. I appreciate you plenty. So guys, I want to drink some water. You see, nobody is perfect. Me, I'm not perfect. But you see, what I'm telling you is what I experienced, what I saw, and the mistakes people made in life. So that's it. So guys, I hope by Bank Book, thank you, I appreciate you. So, thank you for the roses, for the love, I appreciate you so much. So, I hope by tomorrow we are going to hit 22,000 followers. So tell people about my page, share my videos to your friends. Steph, I appreciate you. You are welcome. Share my videos to friends, family members, everybody. They can watch and follow my page. That is the game. So, I saw it be. Guys, tomorrow I ain't got nowhere going. I'm not going nowhere. So we are going to spend, I'm going to go live 2 times tomorrow, and I'm going to drop videos for you. You know, each time I have appointments, you see me, I don't concentrate to make videos. Star asked a question. She asked, how about if one have children and no house? Star, the message is don't remain stagnant. Keep moving. Did you get it? Ibra, I see you. The message is if you don't have house, have children. You must be doing something. Marry. Just don't fold your hands. How did they say? They said, if you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. You understand me? So you don't but whatever you do, keep moving. He says, if you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then you walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. Crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving. Don't stay at a place. You got it? So, the thing is, always make sure you are moving. Either you have a husband, or you have a wife, or you have children, or you have a project, or you bought a land, or you are pursuing your documents, you have a visa, or you are pursuing citizenship, or you must keep moving. There are some people that are not even moving at all. So these are the people I'm talking to. Some people are just one place as if they were, put inside spiritual bottle. They are tied. If they tie you, you untie yourself. Like many of us that are, don't you know that many of us are stranded in Europe? We don't know. When was the last time a lot of us went to Africa? This is going to be another topic. When was even myself, myself when they talk? So many of us, well, I'm coming back later. Many of us here, the story too long, but we are going to liberate ourselves, for sure. Yes, when was the last time many of us traveled to Africa? To some, even going to visit their homeland is a problem. Going to visit their homeland is a problem. You got it? So guys, let me drink water. Okay, I've spent time with you guys. Tomorrow is another day. I appreciate everybody, every one of you that, joined me, gave me gifts, shared my videos, liked my videos. Thank you so much, guys. You are great. So tomorrow we continue. The weather is hot. Stories plenty tomorrow. For 2 days I've not gone live, so I decided to come out and spend time with you guys, my family, you lovely guys. Take care and be blessed. See how my hand is? Okay, my guys on YouTube, take care and be blessed. See you guys tomorrow, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate you so much. You know I'm human too. I'm not perfect, but I just delivered my message. Catch you tomorrow.